So they moved that university to the north side of town. Two law students bought the building and renovated it for the World's Fair. Conservation Society really knew what they were doing when they saved them this time. In our marina, we have a picture of President Dwight D. Eisenhower standing on these stairs over here on the left-hand side with his then-girlfriend, Mamie, in 1916. Dwight D. Eisenhower is a baseball coach here at the university. And guys, when we get past the bridge over here on the left-hand side, you'll see the Nix Hospital. The Nix was built here in 1930. This building is an optical illusion. This building looks like a flat wall. Looks like nothing's holding this thing up. It's still the Nix Hospital today. Everybody on my last boat was from Chicago. They weren't impressed with that. What's really unique about the hospital, guys, is where they put the recovery room right there at the bottom floor. They call it Dick's Last Resort. Now, the building directly in front of us is the Hyatt Regency Hotel. You notice that the height's quite a bit wider than it is tall. The reason for that is the Alamo is just on the other side of this building. They originally wanted to build this thing 30 stories tall. The Conservation Society, they said no. It would cast a shadow on the Alamo at sunset. There's a lot of respect for the Alamo, which is a Texas shrine. They built this thing wide and deep, not very tall. You're going to find out them old conservation ladies are pretty tough. They still are. Built there in the early 20s by the German community. They originally used that as a social club. But yes, we're right now at the bottom of this natural horseshoe shape. This is the majority of all the restaurants. Mr. Hugman, the architect who designed this, he wanted this whole thing right here to be kind of a cross between Venice and New Orleans. I think you come pretty close to all the shops and restaurants. Of course, later on in the evening, we'll have dinner boats out of most of the restaurants. If you're interested in the dinner boat, there's a web page on your ticket to give you more information. You can actually get breakfast, lunch, or dinner on these boats. How'd you like to have to drive down here 10 times a day when you're hungry? It smells good here all day. And these people will feed the ducks, but they won't feed the boat drivers. That's not right. Mr. Hugman, the architect that designed this, he was so proud of the Riverwalk, he put his own office at the bottom floor of the Clifford Building here in 1941. He's known as the father of the Riverwalk. The very first restaurant here in the Riverwalk was Casa Rio Restaurant under the bridge here. It opened here in 1946. Now this is how the boat thing got started. Casa Rio Restaurant was so busy in the 40s and 50s, they ended up putting people on the old gondola boats to keep them occupied while they were waiting here for the tables. Now we've progressed to the point in the summertime. We put 10,000 people a day on these boats. So this is our home movie. Entering Ma'am, the child needs to be sitting in a red seat. Hello, hello, hello. Up there in the front, the child needs to be sitting in a red seat. And guys, this entire Riverwalk is very passionate about this riverwalk. We think it shows. Maybe that's here, right?
Take a look up to your left-hand side.
Tell you another story about the Conservation Society. Folks, the Marriott Hotel right here in front of us was built there in the mid-80s. Before they could build that big Marriott, they had to do something with the Fairmont Hotel. The Fairmont was built there in 1905. Now, the Conservation Society wasn't going to let anybody tear that building down because of its history. So what they did is they picked the Fairmont Hotel up, they put the entire three-story building on axles, scooted the whole thing in one piece, 5 blocks, over here next to the roof, and set it back down 3 blocks. This allowed them to build a brand new Marriott right there in this place. Them ladies are tough. All the waterfalls you see here along the riverwalk are actually recirculated river water. Keeps everything aerated for the wildlife. This is a natural river, so we have fish, frogs, turtles, snakes, everything a regular river has. Trees here on the right-hand side. You see little nubs going out of the ground over here. These are called cypress knees. This is the root system to that tree. The tree pokes its roots out of the ground to keep itself from drowning. You ever heard of such thing? You see them things all through the riverwalk. That's what they are. Now, on the right-hand side above the bridge up there, you see the Tower of America's up there. This tower up there was the centerpiece for the '68 World's Fair. That is the second tallest freestanding tower in the United States. This whole thing is a Henry V. Gonzalez Convention Center. Henry V. was the first Hispanic to be elected to the House of Representatives. Henry V. was born and raised right here in San Antonio. On the left-hand side, if you look right above the La Coco Theater, you see the mosaic. The mosaic up here was a gift to us from Mexico. Sorry, come up to look. This is a gift to us from Mexico for the '68 World's Fair. This is 400,000 1-inch square colored stone. Everything is depicted in this mosaic, from Adam and Eve all the way through the space program. It took one man 2 years to make this. He did it pretty much by himself. He called this thing the confluence of civilization. If you look hard, you can see the Incas, the Mayans, the Romans. You can even see an astronaut up there. First week in January every year, we drain all the water out of the river completely to do maintenance and repairs. During that time, we have a big party that year. We call it a mud fest. Actually have a mud king, a mud queen, and a mud parade. We don't need much excuse around here. As you might imagine, when they drain the water out of this, we find a lot of stuff in here. Guess what the #1 thing has been for the last 3 years?